Phosphor fans, welcome back. We are here to play some Gorf on the Colecovision. Gorf is, of course, frog spelled backwards, which has absolutely nothing to do with the game, just between you and me. It was a popular Midway arcade game from 1981, and so it was still very much a recent hit. CBS Electronics had ported it to the Atari 2600, but Coleco managed to get its own license to produce a home version of Gorf in 1983 for the ColecoVision, coming up with something that was a bit closer, just a bit closer to the arcade game. Oh no. Oh. So, shall we go to the next stage of the game? Gorf, of course, had many unique stages. And so far, this game is doing a pretty good job of replicating the early stages of the game. Now, the laser attack stage in the arcade game had two of those ships that would, send those huge vertical beams down to get you. This really is one of the hardest stages of Gorf in nearly any form. Okay, so have I survived the space warp? I think I have. And now the flagship. Some changes were made between this and the arcade game. The flagship in the arcade game, you'll notice, bears an uncanny resemblance to what you would get if you turned the USS Enterprise from Star Trek upside down. And that is because the game that eventually made it to the arcades as Gorf started life as a pitch to do a Star Trek the Motion Picture arcade game. Now, why such a game would have had you firing shots at the Enterprise, I can't even begin to tell you, because I don't know what brief Midway might possibly have had on the plot of the movie. Of course, it's 40 years later, and you still have people arguing exactly what the plot of the movie is, or at the very least arguing the merits of said movie. So, who knows? That's a nice, satisfying, colorful explosion. Very much true to the arcade game. I've been promoted to Space Captain. Hey, see you suckers later, I'm out of here. Oh, I have to stay and fight more Space Wars now that I'm a Space Captain. Okay, they didn't tell me that part. And very much like the arcade game, we're back to the first stage. Just with captain's bars on our sleeve, or wherever you put them. Your collar, your left nostril, whatever works for you. I'm not here to dictate to you. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life or display your rank insignia. You also probably shouldn't follow my advice on how to play this game, because at times I'm really not doing very well at it. Ah, now this is much more like the arcade game. With the two formations of enemy ships. Whoa, that was close. But I think I got it. Where are you, my little green friend? Right there in the crosshairs. Works for me. I'm actually playing a surprisingly, sort of like Pepper 2, I'm playing a surprisingly good game of Gorf on the Colecovision. Better than I would probably be able to manage in the arcade. Alas, I believe, yeah, game over, Space Captain. That's what you say the next time you leave the room at a party. Yeah, game over, Space Captain. So there you have it, Gorf on the Colecovision by Coleco. A very good translation of a game that originally started out in the arcades with a very tall screen, and so any home version of it is going to necessarily squish things down to that 4:3 aspect ratio, hopefully without completely ruining the balance of the game. And this really is one of the better home versions of Gorf. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again later with more Phosphor.Fossils.